know what it is, Front Left podcast, FrontleftofAllConversations. The streets have been waiting.
Come on.
We're finally here. My name's Tezza and I'm joined by
Josh Risk or Ori. I'll risk your kids' lunch money for this one. Hey. I'll risk your student finance for this. I'll risk your grandma's jacket.
guys started
I'll risk nicknames and all that. I'll risk it all. You know what? It's one of them.
Anyway, how are we today?
Yo, you know what? Yeah.
Fuck, crazy here as well, man.
Yo, it's been Wednesday. Good. It's been a good week. Can't even lie, weekend was it was a mazza.
Good weekend as well, innit?
It was a mazza.
It's fun day. Sunday turn up.
Yo, it was good to get back out there on the Sunday.
Felt like the top boy, man.
Yo, and shout out to Top Boy because they did bits to you.
Yo, I'm going the next one, man.
Yo,
yeah, same, man. Actually, no, it was live. I'm definitely going to go to the next one as well.
We know you had fun.
Wake up face.
Don't
you
look.
know what, yeah. It was decent because...
I'm a superstar these days, so I gotta wear the shades.
Relax. Man said it's because of the pod.
The podcast made me wear the shades.
All the gals screaming front left.
Trust.
Man, I was there trying to shaku my waist. Fuck it was a good weekend. It was good to be with the man them, to be honest. It was good to get the squad together. What can we really say? It was decent. We haven't partied in a while, to be honest. We've all been kind of low key, so it was kind of good to go out there. It's good to see people you haven't seen in a while.
Man, I had too many drinks. The wave hit me too much.
Yeah, man.
Too quickly. Too nice.
It was
too nice. Yeah.
Too nice. 1 minute I was chilling, next minute I'm whining from one end of the room to the other end of the room.
Tezza was actually living his best life.
It's my birthday, that was. Top boy became my birthday. But yeah. Anyway, what we're gonna diverge into today.
That was the jokes. We're getting serious now. Heads on.
Serious. The glasses are on. The hood is up.
Lights, camera.
Man's acting. What you doing, man?
I'm here.
What are you here for?
We're here.
Man's looking to jack up the pod.
Alright,
cool.
He's drip, baby.
Let's jump into it now.
Drip or drown.
Come on.
So what I was wanting to talk about was tribalism, because I've been reading a book by Seth Godin. So he's like a marketer. He does entrepreneurial speaking. He does all sorts of, in that realm of kind of like pushing businesses, but also at the same time giving his perspective of how people need tribes and people need leaders. And then he came up with the definition of tribalism, and his definition was a tribe. So Godin defines a tribe as any group of people, large or small, who are connected to one another, a leader, and an idea. So I'll say that again. Seth Godin defines a tribe as any group of people, large or small, who are connected to one another, a leader, or an idea. And then according to Godin, he said tribes are a powerful force of influence and change. Thus, marketers and other professionals should learn to tap into the potential of forming and leading tribes. So
from what I've got from that, really, it's just basically, so you ever heard of the concept neo-tribes?
Yeah, kind of.
So basically neo-tribes, it takes into like different things in society. So it takes that people come into a collective either by a way of life or style choice or just the way you've integrated in society. So it could either be that if you're looking into things that either, say for us, for instance, listen to house music or playing football, or that puts us in neo-tribe, or people that are into set things who are vegans or like herbalists and stuff, so put them into that. So people congregate to them kind of people, and they form friendship groups that way, or spend time with the people that they have a similar interest with.
Yeah.
So then, but from where you've got that as well, being a leader as well, you could say that tribalism in modern day economy, that you could say that they look at market leaders. So as it goes back to, shout out Jordan for this, because Jordan knows that I was talking about something inflation. I don't want to bring out no names, but yeah. So it's like, if you have like a product, and a product can shift the economical like structure of society. So if you've become a market leader and you're sending out these kind of product prices and you've changed the fluctuation of the economy, then you can now send out these prices, or you've put a curve that these things for these products need to be the set price. Then because you've hit that barrier, now other companies look at you as a leader and be like, fuck it, if they're going to set their prices that much, I'm going to do that for that product. So then they mimic what the competitors doing, but they're not actually mimicking competitors, they're looking at the leaders to follow. So then because a market leader's done that, they've raised that angle to get that high. It's like now the economy kind of mimics that, because now the rate of products are a lot higher. So then you could be charging X amount when it's not actually worth X amount, it's actually worth a lot less. But because people are willing to pay these things, people are just mimicking that and
like,
do that.
think about when obviously the iPhone 10 first came out, do you know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, £1,000 phone, but people need to realise that when they have these devices, obviously they use them like every day in work, stuff like that. Now, look at other companies, you know, Samsung's got like a foldable phone, it's like what?
Yeah.
£2,000, do you know what I mean? Like you said, market leaders setting the standard, and then people going out there to grab what they need.
Apple are the ones for it, because as I said, Apple are the roof for inflation in it, and because they've set their products so high that they've made things that say, like, they say in a lot of films or TV shows that everyone wants an Apple product, and they're so integrated in today's society, everyone uses it. I'm not gonna lie, I complain about the price, but I'm gonna go out there and spend my P on that. Do you get me? Because it's like, it's not a trend, and that actually refers back to your tribalism, because we are part of a tribe, because now we've all got integrated into Apple products. So because they've rated that rate, the phone must cost maybe like what, £15-20. I don't even know if it's that cheap to make, but it's maybe say £100. The return on it maybe is 90% of what that is, and you're getting off that's the profit they're making from one phone. But the cost of making it is not that much. So then you're thinking, okay, then if they're making that much off a product, and they've raised the bar for it to be that expensive, why doesn't it make no competitor to raise the bar to be that much as well? And we've all been sucked into it. Imagine now no one really bought Apple products and stuck with their BlackBerry curves. Imagine
BBM. What cash your pin?
Ping. 27BC68Z.
As if you remember
Is that your actual pin?
Add me, bitches.
Is that actually your pin?
Nah, I just made it
Oh,
up.
okay, I was gonna say.
I was saying that thing.
Imagine.
Man guy's pin tattooed on his wrist.
Add me up.
2K10.
Add me up in it. So
2K10.
you need to think then, BBs, yeah, I think a curve was like 130 something, but Blackberries were like a premium product at the time. So you need to think that Blackberries back then was actually a premium product, that only businessmen could have Blackberries, and they looked at it and be like, you know what, fuck it. Our products are too expensive that the modern day consumer can't buy this product. So that's why they thought, okay, we're going to slash the price, make a product which is a lot cheaper. Our premium products, slash the price again, make them a lot more affordable. So then the general market could then have them. So did you see everyone just then a fluctuation of Blackberries? Your mum had one, your dad had one, you had one, I had one, but this was made to be a businessman phone. Jay-Z had a Blackberry. That's when Blackberry was only for the rich. He used to shout it out. Then everyone got one. Because everyone got one and the price was so low, it made it affordable into the household income. Apple came out of nowhere, brought the iPhone, made the iPhone rich, integrated in society. Because Blackberry now is affordable, it for some reason people feel like if things are affordable,
It's not cool.
It's not cool and it's worthless. But it's not true, and that's how they died as a company, because people now are gonna try and kill themselves for arm and leg to have a premium product, because it makes you think like I'm ahead of the curve. It's like, why do you think so this is to a lot of people, and we've all been sucked into this kind of fucking mindset, because a lot of us man now look at designer, and like we've all been into it. Like, I love buying designer stuff.
Fendi.
Yo, shout out Mac 10.
That's a Fendi.
We're all being sucked into buying designer stuff, and I buy crepes or t-shirts and stuff, and it's like, what, 120, 200? Imagine a couple of t-shirts, that's a £200 t-shirt. Man,
Imagine
Jesus.
you could no gal doing that as well, man.
Yo, it's dead. It's dead.
Oh, who cares about putting guy to drip?
It's drip, but at the same time,
drip, drip, baby.
£200 from a lot of people, or not even a lot of people, the majority of the consumers is, say, like £20 or £200 or £250 or £350 is generally 1/3 of your monthly pay packet.
Yeah, it's true. But what?
After tax.
I think what Seth, well, the part of the book that I was reading, what I was up to, where Seth was talking about it, he was saying that a lot of people do these things, these jobs, and they follow these tribes to fit in to a specific like area of society, or they fit into what everybody else thinks is correct. But he's trying to push that, like, to be in your tribe, you can be your own leader, so you don't have to follow the trend, and you can then be the one who sets the agenda for the rest of your tribe. Because everyone yearns to be a leader, but some people were taught not to be leaders. We're taught to just follow the trend of everybody else. So he's pushing, like, you can be your own leader, you can be your own person. And as well, like you said earlier on about like people who were like vegans or whatever along those lines, it's kind of like identity politics, where people automatically group what they feel is aligned with that identity. So say like if you're vegan, you're going to be screaming in the faces of people who eat meat, etc., etc. Or
and vegan people go in with that shit, man.
Yeah.
No,
or
serious.
if you're, I don't know, let's say take it to politics and you're right wing and you're, I don't know, you're against everything that is typical with someone who's like right wing. So they're against like, oh, you can't tell me not to have freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff. People are going to automatically assume that everything that you believe in falls underneath that tribe. But really what for me personally, what I think some people who are in tribes, they follow because they're like sheep. They follow because somebody else has told them to do it, instead of you can follow an idea or an identity, but you can also not have to follow everything that idea or then identity covers. So like you can still believe in that, like, oh no, I I'm vegan, but do you know what, I'm not vegan 100%. Like if my kid needs to eat meat or something, my kid's gonna eat meat, I'm gonna let them die, kind of thing. But there's some people who are just hardcore and they're like, no, I need to be this and I need to be that. And then when I was reading it, I was thinking there's a lot of people who I think follow that trend and they want to be part of something because they lack identity themselves. So they use that to...
What you just said as well about being a tribe in the society where you are, I see that more. Like you say, people try and be leaders and some people are content of what they are. I see that 100% in a workplace environment. A lot of mine are so happy to catch like 20 bags a year for the rest of their lives, not doing no progression.
Without pushing it.
Not even pushing it and not doing it. I ain't looking to be no one's lucky. I ain't looking to make no one rich. I'm looking to do my own pocket. Why should I go and make X man rich so they can come and turn around and be like, you know what, you're not adequate for this job. I'm going to come and replace you. Because at the end of the day, in the eyes of a lot of business people, they always feel someone else's job is replaceable. They don't actually value their stuff. So why should I try and kill myself? You see me, I'm chill. But I'm chill to be like, I know that I've got things in motion that I'm not going to go and be like, yo, I'm happy to catch 20 bags. I can still go and catch 20 bags on the 20 bags that you're giving me. And I'll go and use that in X amount. People think, okay, if it's grafting, graft. If you're going to do something else, do something else. At the end of the day, you fill in your pockets, you do something. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are too content with thinking, okay, I'm in a group and I'm in a workplace and I have a boss and I have like the hierarchy, and I'm happy to be that assistant level for the rest of my life because I'm getting a cushy 20 grand and it's just going to be paying funding my lifestyle. That's cool. That is no beef, and I feel like, no offense to you, man, but you don't have razzmatazz. You don't have that pizzazz.
I think with some people, they don't have that like spark of creativity. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think, to be fair, I'm probably one of those people as well who probably doesn't have that spark. Do you know what I mean? So like, you know, growing up, obviously you go to school, you just go through like the system. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then like,
there's nothing wrong with going through the system.
Nothing wrong with that. Do you know what I mean? You can still pave your own way. You know, working hard and stuff like that. But I know a lot of people who have become managers, and like I said, with just like 20 bags, like, do you know what I mean? They just stay and they're comfy in that position. Yeah. But then you also get people who are in, let's say, sort of like relationships or whatever, and let's say the partner's not letting them sort of go beyond. Do you know what I mean? Sort of keeping them sort of in check or in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I got like, boy, that was a lot of heat.
No, it was not. But just to touch up on what you said, I saved a bit of the passage from from the book that you said. Funnily enough, what you said is kind of like what's said in the book a bit.
Then you don't need to repeat it.
No, I'm just
Josh Law was power.
I'm just gonna touch up on it because he says many people. So he says something to believe in. Tribes are about faith, and about belief in an idea and in a community, and they are grounded in respect and admiration for the leader of the tribe and for other members as well. Do you believe in what you do every day? Those are questions. It turns out belief happens to be a brilliant strategy. 3 things have happened pretty much at the same time. All 3 point to the same. Temporarily uncomfortable, but ultimately marvelous. And then he talks about the outcome. Then he says many people are starting to realize that they work a lot and that working on stuff they believe in, and in brackets, and making things happen is much more satisfying than just getting a paycheck and waiting to...
Yeah, fair dues, man. Like...
Yeah, and then waiting to, like, continue with, like, what you were saying, just being comfortable.
People are content in it. It also breaks down to, like, relationships as well. Like, it's one of them, like, I've seen it in relationships, or we've all been in relationships that where you with someone. This is the one that actually kills me the most. Like, how can you be in a relationship now, and then obviously people get comfortable, but then as soon as the relationship dies, this is the time you want to level up? I don't get it. I actually don't.
Like, where's
get
this
it.
energy come from?
It is mad. Why do you have this energy in a relationship? Why do you want to level up?
Content.
No, it's not even happiness to breed content.
It does.
Me and my babes want to level up together. No, it's not even comfortability. If me and my babes want to level up now, we're gonna level up together. It's one up. It's Mario.
Come on.
Where? Exactly, man. Like, why is the relationship gonna dead off now? And then I've seen on the gram, why are you gonna join gym a day after we finished? You look to impress. You should have come with Shakira hips. I wouldn't have lied.
Shakira hips, you know.
I said I wouldn't have lied, you know. I'm serious. Like, why are you coming like a day after you go in gym? No, it's cool. Why didn't you have ambition in the relationship? Why didn't you think, you know what, yeah, obviously I'm gonna come with the energy that I have, and I'm gonna be like, yo, we need to do this together. I'm not gonna go too deep into it yet, but there's a lot of people that a lot of energy don't match, and if you're in relationships, a lot of people bring you down. But at the same time, yeah, you shouldn't be using the end of the relationship to be like leveling you up when the person was trying to tell you from the beginning, let me level you up. Don't just be comfortable, or don't try and be like dead out.
Yeah, like, but I think some people do it without even realizing they do it. They kind of just fall into a pattern and routine, and everything becomes samey. So then it becomes just like your everyday. You don't even think about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this to impress that person, or I need to do X, Y, and Z to push myself to the next level because I've already got what I want, kind of thing. So that's when I was saying it breeds content, because you get comfortable. Yeah. Just like when you've been working somewhere for time, you know what you can do and what you can't do. Get away with stuff. You don't even need to put in effort. You know what level they expect from you and what level you expect from them. So you can just be yourself in like
that
environment. In that environment where when you go somewhere new, you put in that bit of extra effort because you want to show someone the best of you.
Yeah.
Whereas, like if you're somewhere that you know how everyone's gonna react to you doing X, Y, and Z, you're just gonna do X, Y, and Z. You're not gonna like push to the next level.
Not for real, bro.
Goku, man.
But anyway, the reason why I also brought up tribes and tribalism, because I wanted to link it to football. And then
he's a Millwall fan. Millwall, fuck it up. Millwall, go on. Now we're gonna say I don't want to get me too.
No, I'm not Millwall, man. I'm not even gonna say anything about any teams before people come for me. No, basically what I was gonna say about football is, because obviously recently you had all like these incidents of racism in football and stuff like that.
It's a bit mad.
And then like in Italy they had Lukaku. What happened with Lukaku where he was going to take a penalty, and he had, I can't remember who Inter Milan were playing, but anyway they started doing monkey chants. Yeah, they were
to put him off.
Yeah, they were saying the monkey chants weren't racist, they were to put him off.
Yeah,
because so basically I was thinking about it, and I was like, when I was reading the book of Tribes and I was like dissecting parts of it, I was thinking, I feel like some people do stuff because the rest of the tribe does it.
Yeah.
And that was my whole point with linking it back to football, because I was like, there's some fans who will do some stuff that in everyday life they wouldn't normally do. But because they're in that situation of, this is my tribe, this is my team, I'm going to back so-and-so.
It's like what they have to do.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Are the worst,
they are the worst.
They're actually the worst.
The idiots, because it's like, you wouldn't, like in the everyday, you wouldn't go through with this behavior, but because you're in this tribe, in this scenario, in this environment, now you feel comfortable to do it. And that's where I feel like some people, especially with the football, the racism thing in football, some people do it just because they feel like they, either one, they can get away with it, two, they don't actually think that it's as serious as it is, or three, they're just following the tribe.
I think I'll go for it, Trey.
I was going to say, did you see the Sky Sports thing with Patrice Evra and Suarez?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
What happened?
So basically they had, Evra was on Monday Night Football, was when Man U played Liverpool. Yeah. And then Carragher was in the studio as well. And then Carragher brought up the whole situation of like when Evra was racially abused by Suarez back in the day. Because Liverpool came out with T-shirts to support them. Yeah. Then Carragher was like, oh, looking back at it now, I feel like we got it wrong as a club. Yeah. And he's saying like, basically Carragher was doing the apologising, but Liverpool as a football club haven't come out and actually apologised.
What did he say? What T-shirts?
They had T-shirts. Basically, it was like
in support of Suarez. Do you know what I mean?
So the whole thing had happened, and then Suarez was charged of like using racial language towards Evra, but then the club was still backing him.
Yeah, so but these man are hella racist though.
Yeah, but like what was stupid is like on the time with the team with Liverpool, you had black players there and they were wearing it as well. So I know they're daft, but that's my whole point of it, saying the tribalism thing. You're just following the tribe, whereas Seth Godin saying to be a leader, like sometimes you set your own tribe. That's why I was coming across when I was saying like some people do stuff just because they follow what everyone else does. Yeah. But really, what you need to be doing is not absorbing the blame. Yeah. You need to stand up for like what you believe in.
That's true, you know.
Instead of being true. Like, how can you be a black footballer and you're wearing a shirt that supports someone who's racist to someone else?
There's a lot of fishes, not enough frogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what that means, but that means man, these are my parables, man.
Too many eggs, not enough chickens.
Man, there's a lot of basmati, but no jollof.
No spinach.
No spinach. Nah, for real though, because especially in football, man. But a lot of these man that watch football, especially in these next. Yo, don't let me talk in Spanish, man, because you know.
It's not even Spanish. Recently, it's been Bulgaria. Bulgaria were charged. Bulgaria were charged, but people were outraging because.
Yeah, but Bulgarian man are racist.
Yeah, I know, but
Istanbul's Bulgarian, eh?
Nah, Istanbul's in Turkey.
Is it? Yeah. Same thing.
Josh and geography, man. No, what I was gonna say is because they've been charged like 65 grand or something like that on a stadium ban, and then they're comparing it to one time Nicholas Bentner, who played for Arsenal. He took he celebrated and his shorts came down or whatever, and he had a sponsor wearing Paddy Power or whatever it was, and he was sponsored by another bookies, and he got an 80 grand fine. So people are like, wow. I think man wore the wrong sponsor, and he got more of a fine.
No, but who fined him? The sponsor?
I don't know whether it was the sponsor or the FA or whatever.
In terms of sponsorship,
but even if
in terms of sponsorship, I know how sponsorship works. So that he's actually breaking clause. So then
he's representing somebody else.
That's a whole completely different thing.
But I don't know whether it was the sponsors who have the power who to actually charged him, or the sponsors made the complaint and then it was through the FA.
How does it actually work?
Because it works basically. There would have been the sponsor through the FA, but you need to think about it. You need to take into broadcasting rights. If he scored, he would have got bonus. The amount of people that it's reaching if he had Paddy Power on his thing. But what did he say he had?
I don't know. I think it was Paddy Power. I'm not too sure. Whatever.
If he's got like a big following on social media as well, you need to think now he's supporting
someone else.
They've lost XXX amount of money. You need to think that. That's like they've paid them enough, so I can kind of understand where it's like when people wear Nike and Adidas, you can't. You can't. What?
Yeah, he said the clubber don't.
The clubber don't go, man.
What was I talking about? The clubber? We're talking about sponsorship.
Oh, sorry, I'm somewhere else, man.
You were talking about the drip don't match. You say you can't be wearing.
I said clubber don't go.
Someone in my head just swang, and I was like,
got me mixing Nike and Adidas.
Yeah, it's like when you wear like Nike, you're not allowed to wear like anything else. So it's one of them like, can we just...
Wait, let's just pause 1 sec.
Okay. Oh, are we paused?
Wait, just pause 2 secs. I'll edit, don't worry.
Sweet.
My head just... I don't know why. Adidas and... I was just like, raw. I have nothing but
That has.
Yeah, I agree.
Who said that?
Cara.
About who? Who's it? Who's Cara?
Cara, the one that James sent in the group. She's friends with Jade and Becky, isn't it?
Who?
Becky.
The one that you said looked like Fran.
Why is she saying that to you?
Because I sent her fire emojis of her photo
Oh,
in her
okay.
DM. Now she's just sent me that because she's with Becky and Jade.
Go on, as you were.
Okay.
Battery light overheated.
That's fine, man.
So I got 3 on deck.
Come on.
The podcast is too
So-
fire, man.
Trust. So it's talking about like your sponsorship and stuff. So it's like especially in the NBA as well. You've got like things where I don't know. You must know this. So someone's got a Supreme tattooed on their leg.
J.R. Smith.
Is it him?
Yeah.
So he got fined.
For
So
displaying
they've got
it.
clauses. No, you can only have a sponsorship logo a set size.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And
sad.
if you're sponsored by this brand, it needs to be regulation size.
That's mad.
You can't wear too many pieces of their items. It needs to be regulated by the NBA, then so on and so forth. Because if you've got like, I think someone had something tattooed on them, or like, you know when you can have something like fake tattooed and it was massive,
Yeah.
but it broke clause and you were fined X amount by the
It
NBA.
happened time ago. Craig Bellamy, when he played for, was it after he played for Liverpool or before he played for Liverpool? He went on loan to Celtic, and he was like, I don't know whether it was like he had some kind of Christian denomination tattooed on him,
Okay.
and like Celtic's like a big Catholic club, and he got in trouble for it and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff like that. But yeah, sponsorships are mad.
It's like a blessing and it's also a curse because they can tie your whole life down that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. Especially, I'd love to get sponsored by Mackey's because I'm loving
Mackey's?
it. Right.
No, I was gonna say, anyone want to sponsor the
I'm
pod?
loving
Yeah,
it. Oh, Justin
Shout me.
Timberlake made that shit,
yeah,
Did
he gets.
He
yeah.
made a song, yeah.
Yeah, he gets royalties every time
Yeah.
he gets paid. He's
I'm
gonna be
loving it.
balling for life.
Yo, fuck it, I'd love to be sponsored by Mackey's.
Mackey's, shout us
The
out.
way I be throwing fucking nuggets at all these scouse birds. I know birds love them 20 nuggets. Oh, no, fuck it. Let me rephrase that. I'd love to be sponsored by Vampianos.
Vampianos!
Only
Bengal
puffers.
go Vampianos!
The way I'll be taking girl on rotation to Vampianos, you know. What do you want? Pasta or bah? Only dead things go Nando's.
Never female bad as pasta though.
Yo, no, we feed them. We feed the baddest pastas. we want that thickness. Them Brie Miles, buddy. But we're jumping off topic.
It's like
Sorry,
the
guys.
telly
Holla me.
things.
Josh Risk all lifts.
I don't believe this, man.
I said Josh risk it all
Risk
lifts,
all
you know.
lifts, you know. But yo,
Nah,
fuck
serious.
it. But another thing that we've been talking about this week is train prices. And how we're seeing Chilean man was setting a fire ban to all the trains and stuff because they raised up train fares. I'm not gonna lie, so
But again, just to cut you off, sorry.
Go
That
for it.
links to the tribalism thing we're talking about because everybody jumped as a tribe together and was like, yeah, we're sticking together. We're not going to allow the train prices to rise.
yeah.
And they stuck together and they almost became their own leader. They were like, fuck the government. We don't care what they're going to say. And they just started burning trains. And they were
I
just like,
think
yeah,
we
go
all
on.
should do that because that.
How many in London did they?
burn
That was
every
climate
train.
change show. And people jumping on top of
the
it.
old man.
Yeah, when he got
Nah,
dragged off
but
it.
did you see the people going after this old man? First of all,
Oh, no, the old man who stuck his hand against.
to an electric train.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Stuck his hand to electric chair.
Actually, no offense.
What
Like,
was the Magneto?
respect, I'm all about respect your elders and that, yeah, but fuck. Trains are the best form of transport.
Especially in London, man. It's
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
busy. Crazy busy.
So then how are you going to... Did you see the people... You know what? London people are vicious compared to
Yeah,
us.
they need to go home, man. They
were
didn't care.
ready to knife man up.
They killed him.
Did you see the
were-
video where they pulled the guy off the top who was standing on
Yeah,
top
on
of
the top.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they
Ah.
swooped his legs.
They weren't playing no games. But train prices are crazy, especially when people are doing the whole. So beer man, we're from Liverpool. So if you don't know, you know, and people think that Liverpool is a city, but at the end of the day, it is a city. But in terms of jobs, there's not actually that many jobs. So then people actually commute from Liverpool to Manchester or Manchester Warrington
or anywhere in around the
around the
Chester
northwest
and all that.
Yeah, Preston,
so then you need to think that a lot of people do the commute, and then so I do a commute as well. So then when I get the train in the morning, first of all, there's a sea load of people, and then there's train delays. There's train delays on a regular basis
every day, especially in the winter.
So yeah, so then you need to think it's like £17 a day for the train, or 15 something a day for the train. When the train's late, the train's always packed and you're not seating. Man, I was waved on Monday. If you see me swaying on that train, they thought I was a nitty. Where I was out here, I was actually sweating. I needed to sit down, but no, I was bumping and grinding next to the next man next to me. It was horrendous. And then on the way back as well, there's always like a stampede of people.
Peak times as
Peak
well.
times, a killer.
Between 4 and 6.
It's mad.
It's crazy.
So then,
stampede.
How are you paying £17 for a train that's unpredictable, unreliable, and always late and full of people? So then, public transport is just a mad one. But then you need to think about it. If you're doing 5 days a week for every day, or every week, every month.
I said every day.
Every day, every week.
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
On a Monday
To Tuesday. Friday, I don't know what it is. I'm still waiting. I'm still
Craig
waiting for
David
Sunday.
Mix it elevator.
Just me. But that adds up, and that's like what, 350, 400 a month.
Yeah, it's
on just on train.
Wow.
And you're thinking, rah, are you just going on train just to go and work? I don't even want to work. Like, yo, it's not that deep. But
So I don't even want to
but it's one of them, man. Like, things have to be done so I can enjoy life. But
that's a lot of, sorry to interrupt, that's a lot of money, because I know some people who pay that as like just rent for actual space, you know what I mean? And
trust.
that's going on something that's not reliable. It's not like it's your own car or petrol that's going into your own pocket. That's going somewhere else, do you know what I mean?
To make it even worse, they're raising up the train prices. So I feel like we need to stick together and ban it down.
Do you know what? Do you know what? They should. I feel like they should cap it. They should have like certain, not like thresholds of like how much you earn or anything, but they should just cap it and just have like on a basis of how often you use the transport. So then you like pay this much, and then this is your pass for a certain amount of time.
Did you do passes though?
You do passes, but when you actually work out the passes, you're
expensive.
You're saving £16 for the year.
Yeah.
£16 for the year.
£16.
Bro, I did the maths.
It's not that much.
It's not amazing though. It's probably like 30 quid, which it does like add up in the end that you're saving 30 quid. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's not really so much of a substantial amount for you to be
to even want to do that.
Yeah,
you know
to
what
be
I mean?
like, oh, I'm going to pay because you pay a large sum at once. Do you know what I mean? So you may probably pay, I don't know, 350. I don't know how much a pass is. It's like 350 quid all at once, and you're thinking 350 quid for a train pass.
Some places of work though like subsidise that though, don't they? Like
some places, not all though. Some places do pay for transport.
It's only ones like NHS and stuff, but I don't think they pay for transport. They will like pay for your parking, or they help you with insurance and stuff, because that's what my mum gets. So.
Oh, that's decent, man.
Yeah, but
that's actually decent.
Don't really pay, but they can subsidise, and you can get like
Do you know what?
I want a train sponsor me, bro.
I need a sugar mum. Yo, I
know it's funny that you said sugar. I was gonna say that.
Just only fans in it.
What is happening?
I'm selling feet photos. I'm about to go to Dubai, baby. Nah, for real. Like, I need someone to fucking
extra income.
throw me something on my Cash App.
Now the pod's dropped. You know.
Yo,
if any sugar mummies want to be sponsoring us,
hey, I don't discriminate in it.
No, we don't.
50 to 500.
50 to 500. What?
Age is great. Age is great. I don't know.
I need you still wave because I don't know what's going on. All these bars, it's usually me that messes up.
I need another extra income. I need
Trust,
7
man.
incomes, man.
People, when I say, people think I'm laughing and joking. Nah, yo. There's someone that wants to. I'll take them out now and again.
Seeing girl make money from OnlyFans.
Yo, OnlyFans is blowing up. Not gonna mention names, but there's certain people.
I don't know.
Certain people
listen to my podcast. I'm sorry, babes.
Well, certain people on my contact list who they go out with their friends and it's sponsored and it's paid for because they've got man in on their Snap or on their Insta or whatever who will pay for them.
Mad.
Shelling cheeks on the gram.
It ain't even selling. Imagine, yeah. Imagine. It never. So I ain't jealous. I'm
Started saying I ain't jealous.
I ain't jealous.
I ain't jealous.
I ain't jealous. But one of my things or X things or I don't even know what it is now. But yeah, it's dead.
Be careful before you drop a name.
Now when you're gonna drop a name, it's dead. But imagine now, someone was like, "Yo, because it's your birthday, yeah, I'll sponsor the whole birthday present for you, innit? I'll buy you a dress. All you need to do is take the photo of yourself in the dress and send it to me. I'll pay for the dress and I'll pay for your birthday."
So what? So a man has said this to the girl.
Yeah.
Just take a picture of yourself in the dress, and I'll buy the dress as well.
And yeah, I'll buy the dress as well, and I'll sponsor your birthday.
That's mad.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're
That's
living.
mad.
Like you're actually
That's
living.
mad.
Do you know what? I'll send man 17 photos if you want to. Yo,
Josh be doing up poses.
man, that's the day I learned how to arch my back.
Pause.
These views are I'm joking.
These
No
views
jokes.
Oh, man.
Nah, these are Josh reviews. They're
Nah,
not
but for
Josh
real,
Biscuit
bro.
or lifts.
Because I remember when she told me this, innit? And the way she dropped it in, she thought I was going to be vexed. And I thought, yo,
Well, get your money?
How can I get involved in this, man? That's actually what I was thinking. Because I was thinking, you know what, yeah? I know. So this is a thing. We always say pretty privileged. Say it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I think every girl's beautiful, like, inside and out in it. So, but pretty privilege is a thing. If you and your man them look a set way,
It's true.
life is so easy for you, you know.
And then
Like-
also, I read somewhere, I can't remember where it was. It said something like, the richer you get and the more famous you get, the more stuff you get for free.
Not for
Which is mad.
But
Yeah,
that leads back to when we were talking about designer. So
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand that rappers get a lot of design for free.
Or they get hookups, or they get
Hookups,
discounts, or
so-
something.
A lot of people. So I know quite a few people who get sponsored by like Adidas and the industry I work in. A lot of people get sent stuff from Adidas and Boohoo Man and stuff like that. A lot of people don't understand that these men get these. They don't actually pay. They get patterned a lot. They get, especially Puma pattern a lot of people a lot. So then, and then when you get to a certain level, I know set rappers are not spending all that pay on designer. They getting patterned because they know people will be like, yo, I seen set man. Have you seen how Alexander McQueen's now normalized by everyone?
It's
Bro,
mad. It's not a cheap shoe.
Is it?
It's like a £400,
shoe.
£395,
I'm wearing my
$99.
Alexander McQueen's like the fucking
Stan
like,
Smiths or something.
yeah, like I wear them like they're like normal train. But
Yeah.
I will go and kick ball in them if I can.
Would you really?
Yeah, they're worthless now. I've wore them to raves. I've done everything in them. They don't mean nothing because now it is a normalized shoe. It's like I've got my triple S's there. I haven't worn them that much, but I see people with the most battered triple S's ever.
Well, people
But
wear
then-
Balenciaga, especially the runner ones. They wear them everywhere. They'll be
everywhere.
going local to the shop. Anywhere you're thinking, this is not a... You're doing drip. You're getting milk and bread for your
But
mum.
then the shoe just looks bad. But then it makes me think which is real or fake. But people don't actually
true.
realize that there's a lot of people that do get this for free, and the people that you idolize get most of the drip for free. Even though they do ball out, but they do get most drip for free because they want to endorse set things that get out there. If you look, as I said, McQueen's now is so mainstream now. They don't need to market McQueen's. They don't need to do anything with McQueen's because they know it is an everyday shoe now. So then it's the same with like triple S's and runners. Runners used what used to be like that? Balenciagas at arenas. They used to be
Arenas,
the
yeah.
arenas used to be
Everywhere.
your mum to your little brother had one.
Even Valentino's a bit like that as well.
Yeah, but Valentinos for me are like I just look at them as trainers.
They're expensive shoe though.
They're expensive shoe, but the look and the shape is just a legit like
Just a
this
trainer.
is just a trainer. Innit?
Remember
Yeah.
back in the day when like we used to go like was it graffiti and all that, and all them man used to start wearing them lubes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I weren't aware to what all these designer
Kinda
makes
like,
wear.
loops are disgusting. I've never.
So I don't like them, bro.
Spiky little Sonic the Hedgehog things. They're not the. Oh,
What
sorry if anyone wears lubes, yeah, but I'll dish you. I will drip or drown you, and I will finish. No, I don't like lubes. Christian Louboutin, you made your pee, but yeah, don't. No,
What's that
for girls, yeah, but not for.
What's that shoe, man? That looks like it's got the Infinity Stones on, bro.
They're Gucci.
Gucci.
They're Gucci ones. The one that I used to post on my story all the time and
Yeah.
laugh. The Thanos 5s. Have you not seen them?
Nah,
Bro, they look like clogs with
Serious?
with infinity stones on top of them.
Do you know what actually Peng the Prada from the Cloudbuster? Boy, what
I'll
I
have to
mean,
Google that
these
one for
are hard.
What are they called?
From the Cloud. The name is power.
They're actually called From the Cloud?
Yeah. From the clapping bitches. Yeah. Fucking sick, bro.
Prada
Like,
Thunder.
they are actually heavy.
From the cloud or
Yeah,
wow.
Yo,
Let's see them.
they're actually cold. Especially the yellow and black ones. They're
I got ball in them.
yo,
Oh no, man, they look a bit like you got Megazords on your feet.
bro,
Look a bit like-
I call that is
If
them
you
and the
wear- if-
Versace chain reacts now. They're heavy stuff.
If you wear the right...
Yeah, bro. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, certain
like,
people can pull it off. Not everybody can pull it
yeah.
off.
But you can't be wearing boot cuts with these, man. You need to be wearing ankle wants to highlight this shit. So, especially as well, a lot of men wear these like expensive kicks, and then you come and wear flary trousers, or then you go and wear an expensive top,
It's
but it's
hard-
baggy as
hard in
fuck.
the shoes, man.
Obviously, I'm gonna wear an oversized champion top, but I'm not going to buy an oversized designer t-shirt. You get me? So you need to think like if you're gonna floss. Like, I got a couple of uncles that wear some big stuff, you know. So
I was wearing double triple XL.
yo, them times are over, man.
It's a double triple XL. Yeah, but anyway, again, that leads back to tribes because some people want to drip and be flossy because they see it on social media or they have the influence from whoever their like favorite rappers or footballers are, and they want to skip the process. They don't realize these people are spending this money. This has changed them. This £500 is like £50 or £5, and like people will go their whole, I don't know, spend their whole wage that they've saved up for a month or whatever just to dress in a certain way, just to fit into a tribe that people really don't really care about that much. I'm gonna lie, if you've got sauce, you got sauce. You don't need to spend 500. Well, not 500 grand, like $5,000 on an outfit just to drip because you want to fit into a certain tribe.
Yeah.
When you can go Primark.
Nah,
Rocket Night.
I wouldn't
Not
rock a
Primark,
too.
but like you can go whatever, Zara or whatever.
Yeah, Zara's
Or like
decent.
Kanye says, Zara.
Zara.
I have royalties in Zara.
Just,
Yeah, but like you can do that and you can still fit in.
to be honest, now I've been looking at it now this way. The money, because I used to have like a proper shoe addiction to buy trainers, and then I kind of like cut
Yeah,
it.
you and Connor. Shout out to Connor.
Yeah, but then I kind of realised that the price that I'm throwing down for trainers is the price I can throw down for a flight and then travel. So I did that last year and I hit bare places.
Yeah.
But this year now, man's tied down to 20 days holiday. What is that? 20 days holiday is making me not live my best life.
You need to be
Like,
your own leader
I
then.
need to be my own boss.
Own boss.
Man, lead them out of employment if they want, man.
Man's gonna
Yo, but like,
party employees like Moses in the Red Sea.
trust.
How
But-
do you know when you book holidays off, do you just book like the full day? Because I know like most places now it's down to hours, innit? Do you know what I mean?
What?
So
Yeah,
like,
no, I can do that. I can
do you
book
know what I mean?
part day as
'Cause
well.
I'm gonna start.
No,
booking-
half days and full days.
Yeah, but mine says like part day.
No, that's a half day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about hours.
Yeah, so say like you have what you said you got like what 20 days
Yeah,
holiday. So like
if I have a half day, then it goes to like 19.5.
yeah. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so like
Yeah.
in a year, I'm just giving like a random example. I've probably got maybe like 250 hours or something like
See,
that.
that's too much complication for my head.
No, think about it, because if you're doing like an 8-hour shift, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
think it's easy. I think what Josh is saying, it's easier if it's just days.
Days,
Because
yeah.
250 hours, what your average week may vary depending on the time of the year.
But think about it also as well, yeah, from a standpoint of, let's say we're going to go off to a rave or something like that, but the rave doesn't start till like, let's say, like 8 in the evening or whatever. I could just work the earliest shift possible, but like a half day kind of thing, and I've still got that other bits
Okay, I
left,
get
do you know
what
what I
you
mean?
mean.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but
being a
we
little bit more
can
smart
do
with it.
half days. But when you said hours, I thought you was gonna say like, yo, I can go and take an hour If I was working like a 9-6, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm gonna use this hour to finish at 5.
I cut it to 9 and the same one up.
Yeah, man. But you know what's funny? I'll actually be that guy. I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I got a cheeky hour to spare.
Go clap some cheeks.
I'll be like, you know
clap
what?
cheeks, you know.
Not even to go and clap cheeks. I think with me, yeah, when 3 o'clock hits and I've eaten lunch, man's like,
Yeah, you need a little nap.
so like,
Man needs a
I
little
wouldn't mind
nap.
taking a 2-hour lunch, to be honest, man. Forget that. If you could do by hours, I'd actually think I'd use all my hours on having a 2-hour lunch. Like, I don't think I'd use it to do anything productive. I would actually, every day, I want to have 2 hours lunch.
This is the thing though, I don't think employees
You know,
will let you do that.
after
That's
lunch
why
though,
we're
There's a
just-
kid in my work who takes every Monday off. He's used his holidays to take every Monday off.
Serious?
Yeah, man was
Oi.
like, put this gaff. I'm going to take every
So
Monday.
what about when he has a holiday though?
Man,
What about when it's like actual holiday time?
man was like, Mondays are more important to me. I don't blame him.
Mondays are
My
all
guy.
day, you know.
Yeah, 4-day
Monday
weeks.
madness.
Monday madness, bro. Well, wait. What was on a Monday? Was it Mad Mondays?
Yeah, it's Mad Mondays.
In Walkabout.
Yeah, you used to go.
Topless competitions.
Yeah.
That was before Me Too. it can't run now. It actually can't run.
Nah,
That's when Liverpool had no rules.
yeah, not just no. We used to go somewhere else before Mad Mondays. We used to go. There's a pub, the Flute. We
Yeah.
used to get £1 bottle of Beck's. We used to go with 10 of us. And
This is when Tessa was with Chris and Jimmy. This man said £1 bottle of Beck's.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Get £1, so you get 2 each. And between like 10 people,
Yeah.
we've all got 2, and we lined them up and took a photo one
And
time.
you did straw pedo.
Nah, I mean, I
Yeah.
never. Other people did, but I wasn't into that, man.
Straw
can't be
pedo, man.
drinking
That kind
Beck's
I
and
tried
beer
doing
like
that
that.
straw pedo shit one time, innit?
Poured all over.
Yeah, man, like, the drink just went all over me, but I was like, nah, fuck this.
Do you mean the funnel thing where you...
Nah.
No. Well, you've got your beer and you put a straw in it and you try and down it as quick as possible.
Oh.
But some people can do it in like one gulp. Nah.
Straw
Remember
pedo serious,
like
bro.
on, I'm thinking of something completely different, innit? You got like the little funnel thing, yeah?
Nah, I know what
The-
you're talking about. Yeah, and you hold it at the top.
Yeah.
Nah,
I could never do that, man.
the straw pedo thing, but.
Do you know the worst thing I hate, yeah, when talking about straw pedo, innit? The worst thing I hate now when you're out and someone buys a bottle and you want to give someone a drink and they're like, Sky, I want a Sky vodka. Sky me vodka and mix it together. We can make a midday cocktail. Don't come and give me the vodka straight away. Like, do you know how vodka tastes? Do you know how? Do you know how
That's what I was
Henny?
waved.
Do you know
on
how
the
Henny
weekend.
tastes straight? I feel like I want to spit it back.
It's
like
disgusting.
It
is
don't
nasty.
come and give me mid-air drink. You know? Do you know how many bacteria is in the air? So it's really contaminated while you drop it in my mouth. Fuck it. I bet you think it's sexy as well. Do you know how you can catch swine flu by that?
I'm saying the
No.
vodka's doing osmosis in the
Nah, bro.
dissecting into your mouth and
It's
that.
just give me a glass. If you can afford the bottle, you can afford. You obviously can get glasses. Don't come and tell me to sky. I'm not gonna sky. If I'm gonna give someone a drink, my mom always told me proper etiquette and give them a glass. You want ice? You don't want ice? You don't want ice?
Exactly.
Coke, lemonade.
Offer them.
That's what you
Ciroc,
offer.
no
Don't
ice.
say yo, bro, have a drink.
I hate that. Do you know what's even worse? They don't even have a pour on it either. They're holding the whole,
bro.
they're holding a bottle of Ciroc or something, and they don't have a pour on
And you
it.
just want to pour it.
It's like that.
It's not even worth the liquor.
It's not.
It's not
It
worth the
spills
liquor,
all
man.
down your chin and
Probably
stuff.
why all our Ciroc just disappeared, man, on the
trust
Sunday.
Balls, everyone was drinking, but my friends I didn't know that came was drinking.
Friends we didn't even know that we had on the
Sometimes
table with us.
my ancestors were drinking. That's how the drink mysteriously just disappeared, didn't it? Thank you, my people. They drank it, man. But
Nah,
yo,
trust.
it's one of them. But yo, let me jump back onto topics, and it's good that we ad libbing. Yo, man.
Yeah, so we were talking about tribalism, and then we were moving from tribalism.
I think we
because
moved
I've
from
got
tribalism into
conspiracy
the thing.
theory.
Oh,
Dun,
is
dun,
it conspiracy time?
I've got a conspiracy
Alright,
theory
go for it, man.
about the 39 people that sadly lost their lives in the whole like Essex lorry transporting and trafficking. So I was having a conversation with someone about it, and before all of this was even like announced, when they just said 39 people were found in the lorry, I said to whoever I was having the conversation with, I said, this is taken, as in the movie, this is taken. And then she was trying to push back to me, oh no, it could be this. I was like, no, this is taken. Like my theory is that this is taken. I'm not saying what happened is based off the movie, but what I'm saying.
Talking about taking the film?
Yeah, taking the film.
I don't know what happened, so I can't really tell you.
So basically, obviously in Taken, the girls get kidnapped and then they get taken to
sex trafficking
in Eastern European countries.
It's the Liam Neeson film.
The Liam Neeson film. I've seen all 3 of them. But no big ups to Liam Neeson because man's racist. But anyway, back to topic. So about the thing in the lorry. It was 39 people who were travelling from, they thought they were Chinese locals, but some of them actually from Vietnam, so they're from neighbouring Asian countries from that part of Asia.
Yeah.
And their whole plan was for them.
They were Chinese or Thai people, maybe?
Vietnamese as well.
All of them?
Not all of them, they haven't been all confirmed. Okay. So they said they were Chinese locals, but like what happened is some people were sending messages back to their family, like via text and saying, oh, sorry, mission to England hasn't worked out, or I think I'm going to die. There was like a text message sent to a family back in Vietnam, and the dad was like then sent it to the news saying like, oh, I think my daughter's going to be one of the people who are revealed, basically because the message was like, oh, I nearly made it to England or whatever, but I think I'm going to die, I'm suffocating. So my whole thing is that...
Oh, so they know they were suffocating in the thing?
Yeah, so she must have had her phone and she knew she was like suffocating in there, because I thought they were kidnapped against their will. But then when I read into it, they were saying that some people are paid up to 30 grand.
So it happens a lot, especially in like countries like Mexico and trying to get into US borders. It happened in an African country. Where was it? Where the kid and the mum, or the kid and the dad died. This is recently though.
I think so.
That they drowned and then they found the bodies later on. But on the beach, it was the kid. The dad was holding the child.
Yeah.
But it happens. Smuggling people is a dangerous game, man. But what kills me is, where did he get this P to smuggle people? Because the price.
So basically, I don't know where the people who are coming from Asia have all this money, because they're paying. So basically, what it was is like they paid to come via Cali from France, and then they also flew through. Like, so they went to Belgium.
Oh, they flew?
I think I don't know whether they flew to just one part from Belgium to France, and then from France to the border, the south part of England.
Yeah.
But I know they went via Belgium, Cali, and some places in the south part of England before they got to Essex. But the driver who was found, the 25-year-old, the Irish one.
Yeah, he only picked up early, innit?
Yeah. So he was like, I don't think he was in on it. No, I think they used him as a pawn. So basically, there's 2 other guys who have been charged for it, and I think what has happened is those 2 other guys they're also Irish. They have this is my theory on it. They run these things across across like different parts of England and Ireland and stuff. And then what they will do is they then have offshore accounts, because there was something about money laundering as well in it. So they've got offshore accounts. So say, for example, Trey is the one who wants to come from Vietnam to Essex, and their whole plan is they want to come and work in sweatshops. Well, not sweatshops, but like nail salons and all that stuff, to earn a better standard of living and wage to send back to help the family.
Yeah.
So like Trey's coming over here, and like I'm the one who's in charge. You pay your fees to come over to Belgium, to France, whatever. I'm collecting the P's along the way, and I'm stashing maybe 75% of it in offshore accounts and whatnot. And then obviously once you get here, then I'll provide probably an abandoned place for you and other people to live in. Like, obviously it's not legal, whatever, but I'm saving money on that. But all the money you're giving me, I've stored away, and it's in a different name, and it's in a offshore account, and no one's really going to tie the 2 together, and they're doing that. Or this is my theory, so police or whoever, it's not me snitching. it's coming from all different parts of England and
Ireland. 6ix9ine.
Rebecca Vardy, man's been doing detective.
It was Teskey's Instagram
account.
Yeah,
so they're doing that, because if it's 39 people and it's 30 grand, the thing, let's round up to 40, and say it was 10 people, that's 400k. Now you times it by whatever.
The thing that kills me is they actually do pay that amount of money, but the silly thing is, why wouldn't you use that money? First of all, you come from, I'm not saying this because we're all African. We all have family from these places, so it's cheeky to say that third world countries. I hate that term. I fucking hate that saying. But you come from not an economical stable country, but somehow you've suddenly
Raised
pulled
the money.
together.
Yeah,
it's
that's
10 bags.
That's the bit I didn't get.
Even for people here, not anyone can throw down 10 bags like that. So how are you putting 10 bags to try and get to England where you could use that 10 bags to invest in yourself? That is the mad thing about it.
That's
like,
the bit I didn't
they
get.
always feel like England is the land of
Utopia.
opportunity, but for some people, yeah. Do you know Setman can't even throw one bag together? Do you know how many people they need to ask to get a grant or even to go and get a loan? Not many man could come and tell you, yo, I've got a grant to spare, because they live month to month.
Yeah.
So if you could do that to try and get to England where you're not guaranteed to get money, use that money to invest in yourself, invest in the infrastructure in your country, and flourish from the money that you're getting. I'd rather know that I'm in not a deprived country, but I know that I'm making, saying £20, but it's the equivalent of 50, 60, and then I can build a lot more, because your end result is that you're going to send that money back home. But
True, but I think with them it's just I agree with what you're saying, but I just think it's with them it was just because to make that kind of money there would take so much longer than it would here. That's the only thing. But what I don't get is, where did they initially get that money to raise to then pay to travel here? Because if you can raise that money to travel here, then surely you can then raise that money when you're like in Vietnam or wherever it is you're from. Like, that's the bit where I didn't get. So I feel like there's a part of it that hasn't been released or hasn't been brought out, because it doesn't make sense for someone to raise 30 grand to come to this country to then be making a more wage to send back. How did you initially raise that money if you needed the money from a different country?
Nah, for real.
That was the mad thing.
It always confuses me as well, because I'm like, yo, just put the money together and just start using it to do things. Don't go and use it to pay and come to this country. But the thing that is baffling me is that at first I kind of thought that when I heard the story, my initial thought was aliens. They took the... No, I'm joking. No, I actually thought they were... No.
Man said Area 51 party.
I'm an alien kind of guy, but it's nothing to do with aliens. I genuinely thought, first of all, I didn't think it was going to be Asian man that had turned up. I genuinely thought that 39 people, I thought it was like a mass murder. I thought somebody chopped up people from around the country and then threw them in a shipping container.
I thought that, but then I was thinking how it happened was like when the lorry got stopped and it was identified, the people, so not the lorry driver, but they said the other people who were in on it were the ones who then rang the police. So to snitch, to be like, oh yeah, it's happened. So that means they've been tracking it all this way.
What got identified first was, so all I seen was 39 people dead. Yeah. And that the kid, or not the kid, the man, he was the only one that ever identified. So then in my head it was like, my man chopped off 39 bodies and he's trying to dispose of these bodies.
But the thing is, I was thinking, there's no way one man can dumpy 39 people though on his own.
He could.
Unless they're all drugged or something, but I don't know.
But you never know.
One man, 39, and he was 31 men and 8 women.
But I see a lot, especially on Twitter, a lot of missing people reports. So
yeah, but 39 people.
Yeah, 39. It's not hard to body 39 people.
On your 39 people.
Yeah,
on your own.
Man, I can make off 39 people right now. I'm actually being serious. It is not hard to dumpy 39 people.
31 men and you, and then 8 women.
Yeah. 100%.
Mad guy.
Yeah, like
it's called Josh Lifts.
No, it's Josh Risk It All Lifts. I'm risking sisters too for money for this podcast.
Mad thing.
I'll risk it all, man. Like,
I mean, I didn't read too much into it just because I've like been busy and stuff. But like, my first thought was, you know, this must have happened before. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I seen something on the internet about something happened about like 18 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, in Afghan laws, something 50 to do like people,
58 the bodies on top of each other.
2000, in the year 2000. Yeah.
But that was the Iraqi war, though.
What was that?
That was when they took pictures.
I don't know. They said something similar happened like this, but in the year 2000.
But not in England or in Iraq.
I don't know.
Because there was one in Iraq where they put all the bodies on top of each other, and it was English people. I think it was either English or American, and they all took photos.
No, I think it was people from Afghanistan and Iraq, but in like somewhere in England.
In England,
Yeah.
where they bodied people.
Yeah, I think so. Where they opened a lorry and they found 50 people.
Yeah.
Dead.
Mm.
See, that's what I'm saying. Shit like that can happen because you may think that like this world is secure, but like people get bodied all the time.
But what I don't get is, sorry, it's critical. They said they suffocated. They were in like refrigerated tanks or something.
Were they?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because if
But
refrigerated lorries in it.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The shipping container, innit?
Yeah,
So
kind of thing.
if it's a transport one, especially if they're transporting meat, or because you need to think they
That's what
produce.
they do. Yeah.
They have to keep it refrigerated.
Fresh, yeah.
But if you know that you're shipping people, why don't you put air holes?
That's what I'm getting
This
at.
is what I didn't get.
This,
Do you know?
this is why I say there's something else going on behind it. I feel like they wanted to bring all the people here, collect all the money, kill them, frame that guy, go off with the offshore accounts and take the money, and then only the two people that were in on it split the money, and then they just change identities.
They shouldn't have called police. You've already collected the money. I would have just dipped. Like, so it just doesn't make sense in my head. Like, you need to think like, if they're the ones who rang up the police, either now you need to think that they felt guilty that they were actually bringing these people
You just
intentionally.
couldn't go ahead with it.
They would bring these people, but they had like emotional ties because they actually felt like they were bringing them to England or trying to better their financial pockets.
Yeah.
And then they felt guilty that they died. So I don't think they died. If they did, they
No,
died.
I don't think they meant to kill them.
Yeah, so I don't think it was done by malicious intent.
No, it wasn't. That was by accident.
I generally feel like they felt guilty, and that's why they could ring in police. But to frame that kid, I don't know why. That kid was involved.
I think he was just a driver.
He was just a driver.
And obviously, different drivers swap at different
Because it said
locations.
45 minutes.
Yeah,
he only
so
had the thing 45 minutes.
So he's just got into this lorry
Yeah.
or truck, whatever, and thought, like I'm gonna take it to the next stop. And then the checks have come, and then he's like, shit, and then he's realised what's happened or what's in the back. So, like, he's just unfortunate. But I need to read up more on it, but like, I don't know, it can't just be, that can't be the only situation. I think that must happen in other places.
Yeah,
But it's just not.
It happens a lot that's what I'm saying. It happens a lot in America with the Mexicans and border patrol and coyotes. Not coyotes, they are animals, but coyotes like
Trump wants to build a wall.
like they kill a lot of people trying to get over. But it's like it happens a lot in like African countries when they try and go by sea and people don't understand water currents and a lot of people get swept by sea just to always just come for a better life. And you know what? It's mad because we always take things for granted, but I've always seen that I'm very grateful from the situation that I've been in. I'm very grateful because I see like my family in Nigeria and stuff, and I see like how our standard of living. They don't have a bad standard of living. I think their standard. If I was in Nigeria, I feel like I'd still have a very good standard of living as I was here. But I see a lot of people that are different, and a lot of people don't actually understand that. Obviously, a lot of things happen in the UK, which is a bit mad. But you don't understand how sweet it is to be in the UK compared to a lot of countries.
Nah, it is.
We don't have as much. We don't suffer as much as other countries do, especially like I 100% wouldn't like to be a black man in America, hands down.
Do you know what? You said that and I thought about that, and I feel like what is publicized to us is extreme, because you can imagine how big America is, and there's parts of it that we'll never see and never hear about. So what they push to us is what they want us to fear, basically. Obviously, it would still happen now and again, but it's like...
But then even the standard of living, how would I want to be in America and be like, if I get sick today...
Oh, it's expensive
That's what I'm saying. If I get sick today, that could actually make me homeless. Yeah. That could actually finish my whole bank account.
Why? When I went to the dentist the other day, the taxi driver was... he was telling me that he lived in America for like 15 years, but he moved back because he said it got too expensive for him.
That's it.
He said that like the same dental treatment I got from the NHS was like £279 for different things.
Yeah.
He said like it would cost him $2,500.
So that's the mad part. Like I wouldn't like to be like, okay, cool. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to be an American. Get me to the league. I'll try and play everything to try and get in. Get me to the league, man. I'm match fit.
Play what sport?
Yo, everything.
Can't play everything. America's so specialised.
I'll be
as
the
well.
defensive point guard. That is American football and NBA together, if you don't know. Chase just dumbfounded.
That's like saying
Man's coming like LeBron Jordan.
That's like saying I'm gonna be the loose head striker,
Yeah,
like
man.
mixing rugby and football together.
Exactly.
Jeez,
Like you don't understand. Like
one's gonna pay.
I'll actually try and bang sports as much as I can to try and get that pay. But what is mad about America, especially on the gram, where did these man get these racks from? Like,
They were stunting with the big
bro,
money, like
but this it's mad because I see like loads of people having like 10 grand in their hand. I'm like, right, Englishmen don't floss like that.
Nah, they
You
don't.
know, but American people somehow seem to get a rack for the hundreds, like it's
Do you know what,
toilet paper.
I think how I don't know how the banking system works, but they must have so much disposable like physical notes
Yeah.
where people are like we'll get paid whatever $2.5 grand after the month. Them man will be taking out 750
But
and
it is-
keeping it in the,
It is
keeping
mad.
it under the bed.
Where you see people with a sleeve of cash, and I'm like, right, why do you stay in your area if you got a sleeve of cash? Like, go
Did you
use
see
it, go and travel.
Jaquez, did you see it when I think he had to he did, I don't know what he did, like a cribs thing, but he was showing people like
Where there's
Yeah, what-
thing, and there's safest there.
yeah,
isn't
his
it?
safe was there, and he just
Man.
had so much money everywhere, and people were like, "Oh, everyone's gonna try and rob him now." aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
So you
I
have to
just
like,
I don't get it because
You
it
have to
looks
move.
like it's easier to be some sort of wealthy in America than it's easier to be here.
There's
the standard average wage is higher as well.
No, it's not.
It is.
Nah, it's not.
It is.
But it's
I'll
not
check.
because they get paid like $10 an hour. That is
Depends what you do.
that is like no. A lot of people get paid like $10. I've been looking at it. It's not. It's not that
Depends
much
what you do,
different.
because one of my friends lives there. She works hospitality. She gets peanuts.
There's
Peanuts.
Yeah, she makes it
She makes it more in tips.
in tips. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Wow.
there's some people who have proper jobs. Then the standards, like it's a bit like.
I don't know because I looked at marketing jobs. I don't even think London's even that because I looked at it, and it's like in New York they get paid between $45,000 to $60,000, and that's just the assistant role. But that's the equivalent of like 18 to 20 because of the standard of living. 18 to like 80 like.
Yeah.
Or
but-
45 or the 45 is like the equivalent of 18 grand.
How do they
I don't
get?
think it was that much,
How do they
but-
get taxed over there?
They get taxed high, and the standard of living in New York
I
is
don't know.
high.
Their tax is different to how you get taxed here. Like especially if you're like say that we had our own podcast there and we were making money from it, we would have to calculate, and then we would have to store the money away and then pay it at the end of the month. So here the
Okay.
tax is deducted for us. They have to
They have to declare it themselves.
basically, yeah. So that's how people try and like avoid it and stuff.
Wow.
It's cool, man. We just moved to Monaco. The tax is different there. It's
I hear
crazy.
the tax is different, to be fair.
Different. That's why Monaco, in terms again bringing it back to football, they can sign players on mad amounts of money because their tax threshold is different. Because Monaco's technically not in France; it's its own. I don't know what.
Its
what's it
own
called?
jurisdiction.
Yeah,
or
it's got its
something.
own like laws and stuff. So, yeah. So yeah, let's pop bottles. But I've heard south of France is meant to be popping. I'm gonna lie, I've seen it. Seen people go to Cannes, south of France, but I don't really have that kind of Cannes money.
Cans, you know.
But if there's a sugar mummy out there who wants to sponsor me, I want to go Cannes. Cannes some cheek. No, I'm joking.
You man are addicted. You wants the cheeks. You're actually so
This
funny.
is the guy who wants to risk it all, man.
I'm ready.
Innit?
Boy, I'm ready to
If you-
risk your auntie's left leg for this one.
You know, if you go on your Twitter, yeah,
Hey.
all your tweets, man, just risk it
I'm
all.
risk
Risk
it
it
all,
all,
man.
man.
Joshua does risk assessment today, you know.
Bro, you don't want to. Bro, I'll just risk it all, man. Risk it all.
Man said I want to
I'll
risk it all
risk
for
your child's first school uniform for this.
this guy. For this though.
For this.
Jeez.
For this, man. But yeah, it's what were we talking about, man? I forgot.
How can you forget? We were talking about America and the tax system,
Oh.
and then we were talking about how you were saying that like 18. to
Yeah, so
20K
yeah, I was
is-
looking at wages. It's not that low because the standard of living, because they don't really drive. It's cheaper to eat out because we have a company in my work, and the woman come from New York, and she was telling me about like living there and the difference, and she was like, to be honest, man, it's not that. It's actually a lot higher. And she was telling me like her day to day. I was like, even to do like simple things that we do now is like gym and going out and stuff. Like if you know you're making $30,000 a year dollars, she said you're gonna struggle. Like you can't do what you need to do. Like
But
even
is that as one person on your own, or what if there's two
Yeah.
people making 30,000?
it's still gonna be
That's still
50,000
gonna be
each.
st-
That's still shit.
still-
Yeah, I know,
Still
but like
struggle.
like your relationship,
I
you
still
might
think-
split it. Well,
Split
not
what?
split it, but
If you're still splitting it, you're still getting 50,000 each.
no, but you don't literally get 30,000 each.
You're not gonna be better off if you're both splitting your income. That is no. That is there.
No.
But she even was telling me like flights, and she was like, "You man have it so lucky because flights how we fly to the different countries. So like,
Oh yeah, there's some people
how
in
we play,
America
like-
don't even leave their state, man.
not even just that. She was saying like how we are paying like 400 to fly from here to America, or like 500 to like different places in Africa and stuff. You fly from one part to another part of America is like 400 or 500.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Some people don't leave their states.
So that's why I was like, how can you fly from one end to the other end and it's still the same price? Well, not the same price. You haven't left your country. All you're
No,
hearing
you
is a
haven't.
different dialect.
That is mad.
But you're still in the same country. You're still seeing the same kind of people. It's just
some
a
places
whole
are completely different though.
Yeah, I want to go to Atlanta. I wanna. Ocho Cinco. On my birthday, I want a big booty.
Atlanta, man, I've been told because one of my friends came from Atlanta last summer, 2 summers ago. She was saying that when you go to house parties there, it's actually like a future video.
You know what's funny, yeah? Like, you look, you see all of say, like American TV and that. I used to think, oh, that's how uni's gonna be. No.
What, uni here?
Yeah, no.
I watched Project X and I thought
sick.
uni was gonna be like that. I've been to a couple of Fallowfield parties.
I was
that were a
saying,
bit
we've
mad.
been to a few things
Yeah,
that
like, but I genuinely thought it was gonna be like fucking.
just madness,
Yeah, it was
like a turn up.
Do you know what? The only thing which is madness, and I fully knew that it wasn't for me. Them rugby man that play.
Oh, they
Oh,
borderline, they're mad.
They're borderline bats. So I don't give a fuck. Like, there's a different breed, a different kettle of fish.
Different cats, man.
It's like, but I genuinely thought like, I went in uni thinking uni was gonna be like a proper turn up, but it was a turn up, to be honest, man. Like it's a good story, a couple of good stories, but
Trust.
it went nothing like what I thought it was gonna be in America. And
That's where tribes are formed mostly,
Yeah.
to be honest. 'cause
in America.
No, just
In uni,
in uni, in
societies and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's how you kind of get your own kind of, I don't know,
Clique.
belonging clique. Yeah, everyone wants to be part of something, and like I can't remember what I was listening to or reading the other day. Some people they reinvent themselves when they go to uni. So
You
like
do?
they'll go somewhere and then all of a sudden they're a bad boy from the ends or something along those lines. Anyway, whereas when they're back home, they're just Jimmy.
Oh, gee.
They're just Jimmy. But when they go uni, they're J. Block.
It's good though, because uni is a great way for people to reinvent themselves and to come out of the. It's cool because
If you,
you
do
see
it,
a lot of.
if you're true to yourself, yeah, but don't come and...
I don't know because. Alright, cool. Like some people are the same person from what they are, but
No, I don't
some
mean.
people
I don't
need
mean
that
it.
push.
I don't mean.
Yeah.
They need that push to be like. Obviously, you would like only you would know if you know that person from back home and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this person changed. But for that person who came into uni is actually that guy who went to uni. So it's kind of different because there's a lot of people who go uni or they haven't been in that social environment because things could have been tough for them in school. And school is a jungle for a lot of people. So then when they've gone to uni now, it's a whole completely different lease of life. And then the people that you need to think like, if you've been in school and you did something in year 7, you're tarnished for that to like year 13. So so then
That happened to a couple people in my school, man.
so then when you go to uni, these set man now that you still know them from back in the day, but at the same time they've been like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to uni and I'm chill and I'm making new friends and I'm speaking to a lot of people. So I don't see that as a negative. I see it as a real positive because it's a lot of character building and it helps a lot of people to help with like social anxiety. Social anxiety is a major play that actually puts a lot of people down, and I can see that being like a hindrance to life because if you don't have that growth and that push to put you out there, it's kind of hard. But university, getting yourself out of old situations into new ones is very great. So I wouldn't say don't look at it as a bad way, but I look at it as a very positive way.
Uni did the great thing for one of my boys, you know, like you all know who he is anyway. But like, and when I first met him, like he wouldn't speak to nobody. Do you know what I mean? Like he was dead, like sort of introverted and stuff like that. Then obviously I met him through playing basketball. Do you know what I mean? Now went through uni and that, got a sick job, now he's doing a master's as well, and he's sort of like changed what he was doing. Do you know what I mean? And now it's like he's got all this confidence. Now he's a completely different person. So it's like reinvented himself. Do you know what I mean? And it's like he didn't try or go out to do that. It's just
happened.
Developed naturally.
Growth.
Yeah.
So in terms of stuff like that, I can only call it a positive. It's even when you see people, even in the work environment as well, there's a lot of people who I personally don't rate it. This is the only thing that I don't like. I don't like lick asses in work, but there's a lot of people who suck ass in work, and I don't rate it. But if that's what you want to do you in it. But they do it and they try and use it as a beneficial game. But that's the area that they feel most comfortable in. So, as I said, it's something I don't rate, but I can kind of see why people do it. So it's just one of them. But yo, I feel like we talked quite a bit, yo. So well, I think we're nearly hit for time. So yeah, man.
Nearly. Anyway, Front Left, as we said, always subscribe, comment, like, share.
Yeah, man.
Because it's on iTunes now, it's on Spotify. So there's no excuses. I don't want to see people DMing me saying, I want to come on the pod. You haven't talked to me in 6 months. You know, your podcast, you know, what are you going to... listen to it. The one thing that I don't like, people are messaging me saying, what is it about? Why don't you just listen to it?
Listen to the podcast.
Just listen to it. Listen to it.
Listen to the podcast.
How did you feel the day after we like actually dropped it? Like,
I was gassed for like 48 hours. I'm not gonna lie. I was that. Initially, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll be all right. Then I listened to it again, and then like the feedback started rolling in.
Yeah.
And then like I was saying to someone, like the Instagram page that we made, like I've never seen so many mentioned.
Yeah.
Like, it was going off. It was different.
I rate the people that support us. And
yeah,
you know what's
thanks.
mad? The people that I thought that supported us don't actually support us, and it's making me reevaluate. Like, there's a lot of people that like this man that I haven't even spoke to be like, yo, I didn't even. The thing is, we didn't ask no one to promo our stuff.
Yeah, we didn't.
We didn't ask nobody to promo anything. There's a lot of people that would be like, yo, bro, retweet my stuff for me. Bro, I pride myself that I will never ask anyone for favors.
If you like it, you like it.
The way people were like spamming the thing, like, I can't wait for this, I can't wait for hear this. And you know what was mad? I seen it from a lot of people that I didn't even expect to see it from.
Yeah, same. That's what made me think, okay, actually, I think what we're doing, people actually rate it.
And the people that I really thought, you know what, even though I haven't spoke to you in a while, but I thought like you were like important in my life, and you kind of just did a mad one. So it makes me think, you know what, I'm gonna reevaluate and chop you from the squad. So that's it. Like, I'm harsh that way. I would chop people out of my squad and demand them know this. If you don't bring any relevance to my life, you're done. So I'm not gonna stand around wait for them. So it's not even to be like, well, you didn't support me. I seen who supported, and I seen it's not my fault. You're not getting out of your way to do shit in this. So if you're not gonna do nothing, don't come and do a thing. And don't come and be an ask it now that there's a platform there. You want to get your thing out there when you didn't even try and do something in the beginning. So it's calm. Thank you for everyone that did a thing, and thank you.
Yeah,
this is legendary, man.
Nah, there's a few people.
Black History Month and all that, man.
Yeah, trust me.
Come on.
There's a few people deserve shout outs, but I can't be bothered shouting everyone out because
there's a lot, man.
As soon as I shout someone out, they're gonna be like, "Why didn't you shout me out?"
There was a lot of people.
But there's a few people who
the growth of the page as well in a week.
Yeah,
like, it's rapid. Like,
gain at least 200 followers and.
Nah, because we started off at 80. It's 450 now.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a week. So that's a week of throwing everything out there. Then
shout out Jacob on the camp.
Jacob as well, man.
Yo,
big up. This is
one thing
team.
I've had a few people message me about is saying, are we gonna throw it on YouTube? Because some people are saying they want to see it.
Yeah,
just watch the whole thing.
Head was looking like a square.
But what to the people who said that, I think we continue with just the visuals. Maybe do 2 or 3 on IGTV, and then maybe just like the 1-minute snippet videos that we've been doing. Maybe 3 or 4 episodes. Hopefully it grows a little bit more. Do maybe a few more. Push it a little bit more. And then, because we'll still have the recorded visuals, then boom, throw it on there.
You know, might see some special guests as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what? Yeah, if you actually bring if you bring stew to a table of rice, obviously you'd be.
This analogy's mad. Actually, just before
That was actually quite good.
No,
though.
it was just before we do finish. You just reminded me because you said stew.
Oi,
I've got a quick.
first podcast on now. Just got a text, man.
Yeah, man.
Sick that.
I've got a quick fire. This or that you guys can answer. So I'll
A
just
quick what?
This or that. So basically, you pick. So I'll fire out the questions and then you just say this or that. There's not that many.
Asking us individually or like?
Nah, you can both answer.
Oh,
go.
Go for
Okay,
it.
so the first one, Rihanna or Cassie?
Cassie.
Cassie.
Jollof rice or rice and peas?
Jollof rice.
Love rice. Come on now.
Steven Gerrard or Frank Lampard?
Frank Lampard.
Gerrard.
Yeah, my guy's on it, Lampard.
Come on, man.
Fuck
No,
Stevie.
Yeah,
Sorry, Josh Ridley.
no,
I know
like
your
you
cousin.
said,
That.
Lampard had tackers.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he had tackers.
When Gerrard used to score, Gerrard!
Gerrard.
In the playground.
That will be- Oh shit, we used to shoot.
Yeah.
I used to shoot Kaka. Ronaldo. And the ball whoosh, whoosh. It was like man had the power of football. No, the best one was when everyone know all you man did this when you take a free kick. Zidane. And you hit it, and then out of nowhere the ball will go in. You're like, yes.
All right, Paris or Rome?
Rome.
Rome, you know, Rome is a beautiful place, man.
Chris Brown's dancing or Eddie Murphy's comedy?
Eddie Murphy's comedy all day.
That was quick, Ross.
It's because I'm funny and Eddie Murphy is my hero.
Yo, I can
Fair
dance
enough.
too, man.
Being able to fly or run as fast as Usain Bolt?
Fly. Because
Fly,
I never
man.
catch flights. I can just carry bitches on my back.
Catch flight. Catch flight's not feelings, man.
Risk it all.
Oh,
Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z?
Fucking no.
I had to go there.
Dragon Ball Z, man.
I don't know, man, because do you know how much money that I didn't have to buy Pokemon cards?
But you bought them anyway.
Boy.
I'm the same.
So
Please, mama, for
this is actually, I don't understand. Dragon Ball Z didn't get that. I watched Dragon Ball Z to this day, but it didn't get the kind of it didn't get the kind of investment as Pokemon, so I don't know.
Yeah, okay. 100 million in the bank or 100 million worth of stocks in Google?
100 million worth of stocks in Google.
Stocks, man.
Because the residual income monthly would be, if you're talking about like, if it's quarterly, you could be catching like.
I'm doing the business plan, yeah.
Nah, seriously,
No,
you
I
could
don't.
be
Financial
catching, like,
advisor.
you could be catching like an extra 3 mil yearly.
Nah, true, off the interest and stuff, yeah.
Or even more if you got 100 million worth of stocks.
And the last one, red apples or red grapes?
What?
Red
Red apple.
grapes.
Red
Grapes.
apple? Well,
Red
I don't even eat red apple. I don't even eat grapes, so.
This guy.
He doesn't eat no fruits or
Don't
veg.
eat.
I don't really eat fruits or veg to be fair.
But
but
red apple or red grape?
red grapes.
Red grapes, I'm going red grapes as well.
Oh, man.
Trey's
Yeah,
like,
whatever, man.
Trey's like Starburst. Anyway, that was Front Left Podcast.
Yo, Front Left
Front
Podcast.
Left of all conversations.
Yeah,
You know what it
yeah,
is.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got
Streets of
man like
England.
Tazaki with 6'9", Edgy from the lane,
Trey Williams.
and Josh Riscott. Or I don't call him Riscott. Josh Lipson.
Peace.
Peace.
That's a wrap.